Hare Krishna, Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 9, text 2. Rajavidya Rajagoyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam Pratyaksha Vagamamam Dharmyam Susukham Kartum Avyayam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting and it is joyfully performed. So here, Krishna is telling to Arjuna the nature of devotional service. The knowledge he is giving him the knowledge of devotional service, of bhakti. And he's saying this is the king of education. You know, we spend so much time in universities, in schools, and we get education. But what is the king of education? Is to understand devotional service, is to get this knowledge of devotional service. This is Krishna is saying. Now we may say then, but I have to get my material education. That's all right. That's okay. We are in the material world, so we need to do our material duties. It's okay. But at the same time, get this spiritual education, the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. Krishna is saying it's a secret, but he's openly speaking to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, where millions and millions of people are there. So the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita is not supposed to be hidden. No, it's for everyone. Krishna is speaking on the battlefield. It's not behind closed doors. No. And there were so many demigods who had come also to hear this knowledge, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge. So we are all seeking for knowledge, which is the king of all knowledge, is this devotional service. This is what Krishna is saying. And Krishna is saying this is the purest knowledge. And because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. What happens when we engage in devotional service is we will get self-realization, liberation. And that's the reason it's the highest religion. Religion means to love God, connect ourselves to God. So by devotional service, when we can perfectly understand ourselves, of course, we will understand Krishna's position too, because the soul is Jivera Swarupaya Krishnera Nityadas. And devotional service is everlasting. It never finishes because it's spiritual. We, the Jivatmas, the souls, we are eternal. We are everlasting. It's not that we are staying for some time and after we get liberated, we don't exist anymore. No. We are spiritual beings, so of course we continue to exist. So devotional service, it is the Sanatan Dharma of the soul. So it is everlasting and it is joyfully performed. It's not that the devotees are cribbing and crying and Krishna is whipping them and they are doing their service. No, Krishna is not a cruel dictator. Krishna is the most loving person. And so the devotees are so happy to serve him. And the happiness that Krishna feels, he lets the devotee feel that. So the devotee feels very happy. You know, when we give someone something, when we do something for someone, we feel happy. We really feel happy that we are able to do something for someone. So if we are able to serve Krishna, that is the highest. This chapter of Bhagavad Gita is called the King of Education because it is the essence of all doctrines and philosophies explained before. Among the principal philosophers in India are Gautam, Kannada, Kapila, Yajnavalkya, Shandilya, and Vaishvanara. So there are 6 philosophies. In India, we have these 6 philosophies: Gautam, Kannada, Kapila, Yajnavalkya, Shandila, and Vaishnavara. And finally, there's Vyasadeva, the author of the Vedanta Sutra. So there is no dearth of knowledge in the field of philosophy or transcendental knowledge. There are so many different philosophies, so many different philosophers. Now, what is Krishna saying? Now, the Lord says in this 9th chapter is the king, that this 9th chapter is the king of all such knowledge, the essence of all knowledge that can be derived from the study of the Vedas and different kinds of philosophy. Vedas are very, very vast. They're very vast. And in the Kali Yuga, we do not even have the capability to understand the Vedic hymns, the Vedic sutras. So what is Krishna? He's making it easy. He's saying, this is the king of education. You just read this, you understand this. Means you have understood all the Vedas. You've understood all the philosophies. It is the most confidential because confidential or transcendental knowledge involves understanding the difference between the soul and the body. And the king of all confidential knowledge culminates in devotional service. So what is confidential knowledge? For us to understand, I am not this body, I'm the soul. And what is most confidential is, what does the soul do? Okay, I'm the soul, but what I have to do? That is the most confidential knowledge, that the soul has to engage in devotional service. Generally, people are not educated in this confidential knowledge. They are educated in external knowledge. So we can see we spend years and years to get some material degree. Take a long time. But what about understanding this king of education, this most confidential knowledge? As far as ordinary education is concerned, people are involved with so many departments: politics, sociology, physics, chemistry, mathematics, astronomy, engineering, etc. Now there are even more and more. There are so many departments of knowledge all over the world and many huge universities. Now the universities are even more, but there is, unfortunately, no university or educational institution where the science of the spirit soul is instructed. We don't have. We don't have anywhere we can go and study about the soul, the nature of the soul, the activities of the soul. So here we are so grateful. We should be grateful to Srila Prabhupada that he's giving us this knowledge. He's giving us about the soul, what is the soul, what are the activities of the soul. And it's not that Prabhupada is making up this knowledge. No, he's simply translating the Bhagavad Gita for us. He's translating the Bhagavatam for us as it is, as it is, as Krishna has spoken it. Yet the soul is the most important part of the body. Without the presence of the soul, the body has no value. Still, people are placing great success on the bodily necessities of life, not caring for the vital soul. So we give so much importance to the body. Sure, we need the body. The body is our machine. We are right now inside this machine. So we need it. We have to maintain it. We have to take care of its necessities. But for what? Why do we need to maintain it? Why do we need to take care of its necessities? So that we can engage in devotional service, so that we can understand this king of education, so that we can get this most confidential knowledge. Otherwise, once we leave the body, then next life, maybe we are an animal. That means we didn't utilize this human body for what it has been given to us. The human body has given to us so that we can understand this confidential knowledge that we are eternal parts and parcels of Krishna, that we are the servants of Krishna. And for us to engage in Krishna's service, the human body we have the capacity to engage in Krishna's service. We just heard in Caitaniya Caritamta, Sevanmukhi Jivado, that devotional service begins with the tongue. So we have been given a tongue by which we are able to chant Hare Krishna mantra. We don't chant, that's another thing. But this body has the capability to engage in devotional service. We have been given the ears by which we can hear. We have been given the intelligence by which we can try to understand this knowledge. So we have been given this human body is designed in such a way for us to engage in devotional service. Should we stop here for today? And we'll continue with it tomorrow.
Okay.
Did you have anything? Did you want to add anything? Or?
No, it was just that, as you said, that we were like, no, there are no departments and we are not taught. So I think, yes, after independence, it was really, really sad that we were not allowed in our schools and in our temples to read Bhagavad Gita. Actually, this is a law still in India that it cannot be taught in the schools.
Really?
But
You're kidding
yeah,
me.
no, I'm not kidding you. Even I was shocked to know that
Oh
there
my
was this
God.
rule, and all the money that goes to the temples, that is gone to the government. Government collects. So even the temples couldn't establish, because there was gurukuls previously. There were huge
Oh
gurukuls,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
the temples couldn't build the gurukuls later because all the money went to the government. They collected previously. The Britishers collected, and then later the government collected, because it was a huge amount. Even the Tirupati Balaji amount that comes, it is a huge amount. So they don't want to, let it go. The government doesn't want to let it go because that's a huge sum of money. And if that would have been in their hand, they could have built more gurukuls, more of, people, why they look down? Because they don't know what actually the knowledge is. The knowledge has not been imparted. Like, um, frankly speaking, I was not taught Bhagavad Gita. I was just taught the bhajan or the sadhika bhakta, like just offer flower to Krishna, make the bhajan, sing the bhajan, do Vaidehi bhakti, like, the Archa Vigraha Puja, not the reading actually. Because that was not in the culture. People just used to read and they just to, but there was not a systematical study of it. And that could have been done. Now Prabhupada brought it back. But that could
So
have
we
been done
should
at that time. Yeah, so we should be indebted to him that yes, at least he brought it back. And that also
yeah.
in Kali Yuga.
Yeah. And so we should feel ourselves fortunate that we have been
Yes.
given this opportunity and then try to distribute this good fortune to others
Yeah.
because many don't know about it. So if we can
Yeah.
tell others about it, they will be greatly benefited, you know.
Yes. And
And
if someone have small kids, you can also tell them that now even a lot of courses from different ISKCON temples are being held for children online. Every Saturdays and Sundays, the Bhagavad Gita, they are taught in a way. Even very small kids, they have the Bal Vikas classes online for them, teaching them the way to do the Archa Vigraha Puja and what you should do, what actually like all the basics are taught. So if you just go and look for it, it is there online starting, and it starts every month. So there is
yeah,
no problem. So
yeah,
yes,
that's true. Thank you.
it's a
Yes.
good
And
thing.
even they have Bhagavatam for children.
Yeah, they have,
Mayapur
yes.
Institute has taken up this endeavor.
Yeah.
Mayapur Institute has a lot of structured courses
You know, I
teaching
thought
of.
of, I thought
Mhm.
of registering Dhruv, and he said that I don't have time on Saturday. Then I just asked that, can I sit? He said, no, you will look like a, parent. We would prefer if the kids. I said, I'll shut off the windows. He said, no, don't do that.
You can do the Bhakti Shastri. You will love it.
Yeah,
You
I'm
can do
sure.
Bhakti
I hope.
Shastri with Mayapur Institute. It's online on Zoom. And it's
Yeah, I
just a
hope.
course of 3-4 months. And they will, in Bhakti Shastri, there's the study of Bhagavad Gita, Sri Upanishad, uh, Nectar of Devotion, the first part, and one more. Which is the one more? Huh? Oh my God.
I'm forgetting. There were
The
four of
Shiksha,
them.
this Nectar of Deshamrita, Nectar of Instruction.
Oh,
It's very good. Bhakti
yeah.
Shastri. I would encourage everyone to study Bhakti Shastri. If you're able to, please do it. You know, you can study the Shastras and it's so amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, I hope Krishna give us the.
Yeah, personally, it helped me a lot. So I would, encourage everyone to do it. So
The
we'll
class
stop
is
here.
every day.
I'm sorry.
The class is every day or once a week or
Bhakti
twice a
Shastri.
week or thrice.
The Bhakti Shastri, it is the one which I did, it was a daily one. That's how it finished in about 4 months.
Oh,
And then they have an evening class and a morning class, depends what is a suitable time.
okay.
Weekend class for Bhakti Shastri, I'm not sure. I know there is weekend Bhakti Vaibhav class, which I'm doing. Because there's Bhakti Vaibhav, which is also a daily one, but there's also a weekend one. So Bhakti Shastri, if you're really interested, I could check it for you.
Yeah, you can just check it if like how many times a week, because every day won't be possible for me. If
I can send
once or twice, then I can still.
Okay, I can check it for you. I'll let you know.
Okay.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for showing this interest. Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna, Hari Bol.